Hi guys, and welcome to FitSof and my beginner's workout to shape your legs and glutes. We don't need any equipment, but I do recommend you find yourself a mat and a hard surface, a chair or a wall to help you keep balance. And if you guys are ready to get started, let's do it. We're going to start with a quick warm-up. First up, we have hip circles. We're starting with your feet a little wider than shoulders and slowly rotating your hips, making big circles. Complete 2 turns in one direction and then switch to the other side. It's a great exercise to improve mobility and flexibility of the hips while straightening the glutes and hamstrings. For the next move, we're going to grab onto the wall and do a front to back leg kick. Stand straight, bring your knee up and extend straight, then bring your leg to the back and extend it at the knee again. Leg kicks build balance and coordination. It's an excellent move and a warm-up for your hip flexors and lower back. We're going to perform on one side first and going to turn around and switch sides. Next, we're going to have a deep squat while holding on to our toes. We start in a squat position, feet hip-width apart, thighs parallel to the floor and grabbing onto those toes and slowly lower yourselves as far as you can go and rising up, straightening those knees. There are so many benefits to a deep squat, such as joint strengthening in your ankles, knees and hips. There's muscle strength in the glutes, which stabilizes your lower back, and straightening the hamstrings, which brings us to less risk of lower back pain. And now we're moving on to a walking scoop. We start with placing one leg straight out in front of you and gently leaning over your knee. Sweep your hands across the ground and come back up and repeat on the other side. This is a great dynamic move, stretches your hamstrings very gently and getting you ready for that workout. And the last move in our warm-up is squat with pulls. Stand tall with your feet hip-width apart, keep your back flat and core braced, lower your body as low as you can go and do a pulse and then come back up. The goal is for your thighs to reach parallel to the floor. Squat pulses are a great way to work on building endurance. And now let's move on into our workout. First move, we have a reverse lunge. You can go ahead and grab onto the wall if you need to. We're going to start by standing up straight with your feet hip-width apart, keeping your left foot planted on the ground. Step back with your right leg. Putting that weight on your left leg, drop the knee down to the ground while bending at the left knee. Make sure not to hit your knee on the ground at each rep. Both knees, hips, ankles should be bent at 90 degrees. We're gonna drive with your left foot into the ground and squeeze those glutes and push your hips up and bring yourself into a starting position. We're gonna do one side for 30 seconds, get a little rest, and repeat on the other side. Next, we have a variation of a sumo squat. However, we're going to do a slightly turning sumo squat and going to focus on our adductors or inner thighs. Starting in the front with both of our feet facing straight, take a big step back, slightly turning to the side and do a squat. And then push off with your heel and come back to a starting position. This is a great move to work on toning those inner thighs and getting beautiful and shaped legs. Next, we have a side leg raise, so go ahead and grab back onto that wall. Stand upright with your feet close together and your toes facing forward. Shift your body weight onto your right foot as you lift your left foot outward to the side. Remember to stop when you feel tightness in your muscles and lower the leg back into a starting position. A side leg raise is basic movement focused on your hip flexors and hip abductor muscles and core. It helps improve balance and protect your hip joints from suffering strains or any other injuries. Let's go ahead and finish with our right leg. Shake our legs off, turn around to the opposite side, and repeat the same on the left side. Next move we have is a good morning. We're gonna start with your feet hip width apart and place your fingertips behind your head. Keep your back flat and core braced. Push your hips back, lowering your torso until it's nearly parallel to the floor. Pause, squeezing your glutes, and then return to the starting position. This is a great exercise that activates so many body muscles, including your glutes, hamstrings, straightens your erector spine, which can help you reduce any risk of developing back pain. For the next move, we're going to stand with feet wider than hip width apart and toes turned 45 degrees out. Send hips down and back, bend at the knees. Once in a position of a sumo squat, straighten one knee slightly and raise the heel off the floor, and repeat on the opposite side, alternating on each heel. Move on into a side lunge, which is great exercise that works several major muscle groups in your lower body. You can use side lunges to target your glutes, quads, and adductor muscles. So let's take a wide step with your leg to the side, bend your knee and as you step outward, and keep your hips back by pushing up with your foot to return to a starting position. We're going to do this on one side and then switch to the opposite leg. Next, we have a very funny but so effective move, side-to-side crab walk. Begin into a standing position, feet hip width apart, drop into a somewhat squat position, keeping your hips, knees, and feet in a vertical alignment. Holding squat pose, take step after step to one side and then return to the opposite. Crab walks is an excellent way to straighten the glutes in a functional weight-bearing position. And now it's time to get down on our mat. First up, we have fire hydrants. Starting on all fours, place your shoulders above your hands and your hips above your knees. Tighten your core and look down. Lift your left leg away from your body as far as you can, while keeping your knee at a 90 degree. We're gonna do one leg at first, then switch sides. Fire hydrants will straighten and tone your glutes, core, also improve the way that your hips move. This can reduce back pain, help your posture, and make everyday movement so much more comfortable. And moving on into a variation of donkey kicks that I find a lot more comfortable for beginners to perform. We're staying on all fours, raise your left knee off the floor and press the sole of your foot to the back while slightly raising it to about a 45-degree angle, somewhat pushing your foot out. Squeeze your glute as hard as you can at the top of the movement, and then reverse the move by lowering the knee to a starting position. Again, we're going to do on one side. I'm going to start with my left leg, and then we're going to switch to the opposite side. Next up, we have adductor leg raises. We're simply going to lay on our side with left leg positioned over the right, which is laying straight on the floor. Your upper body is positioned on your forearm, and starting from this position, raise the right leg as high as you can to about 45-degree angle, and then lower it down. This motion of bringing your legs inward is called adduction. The adductors is an important muscle group located on your inner thigh that contributes to hip strength and mobility. And let's go ahead and turn around on the other side and doing the leg raise on the other side as well. And let's finish strong with our last move of the workout is laying scissor kicks. Go ahead and turn around on your back, raise both legs from 45 to a 90-degree angle from your body. Begin exercise by swinging your legs open and then crisscrossing them in midair. Open, and then crossing them again. This is a great move because of how many muscles are involved into this. Not just your legs working constantly on this, but also your abdominals and your spine muscle. And all done with this leg routine. Now time for a cool down and a stretch. Let's start with the figure 4. Stay on your back and cross your right foot over your left knee. Thread your hands through the back of your left thigh. Link your hands together and gently pull your leg in towards you and just hold. We're going to have a 30-second stretch on one side. We're going to switch to the right side. This is a static stretch, which is great in muscle recovery, increasing flexibility and range of motion, and reducing muscle tightness and any discomfort you might have. So let's go ahead and switch your legs. Next stretch we have is a knee tuck. Gently raise one leg up and then bring the other. Interlace your fingers on the lower legs just below your knees. Gently pull both bent knees toward your chest using your hands. While you're pulling, take a few big deep breaths and relax your legs, pelvis, and lower back as much as you can. The last two stretches we have are supine rotation. While staying on your back, bring your right knee up and lower leg to opposite side towards your hand. We're going to hold this stretch and then repeat to the opposite side. This is a great move for your glutes and lower back. And now we're going to do an opposite side stretch. We're going to bring that left knee in and rotate it to the side, stretching those glutes and spine. Take good deep big breath. Fantastic job! I'm so proud of y'all guys for staying with me throughout this whole routine. I hope y'all enjoyed it and felt this burn. Go ahead and remember to hit that like button and always subscribe to the channel for more videos. Don't forget to check out my other workout routines, and I will see y'all there.